Hi, I'm Hugh Sullivan, videographer for the Herald and Review, and a couple weeks ago I was in Boston, and even though I had my trusty 5D Mark II with me, I did most of my video and photo shooting on my phone. Why did I do that? First of all, it was freezing outside, and it was nice to be able to just keep my hands in my pockets, and also it was a good way for me to keep things casual. You know, I've already done a video about, trying to find a good balance between doing art while you're on vacation and actually slowing down and enjoying yourself. And so it was nice to not be walking around with this big camera looking for art. I could just walk around, enjoy the city, and then capture that art when it presented itself, and then go back to keeping my hands warm and enjoying my sightseeing. It all boils down to using the right tool for the job, and when I was in Boston, my job was enjoy myself first and take photos and videos second. One of the big authorities on using the right tool for the job, for me, is Shane Hurlbut. He's a cinematographer. He just did Need for Speed, and really fun guy to watch because he's got, he's on Instagram, he's on Twitter, he's got a blog where he shares so much of his process. Back when the 5D was blowing up as a filmmaking camera, Shane Hurlbut had a series with B&H where he showed how to really go in and fine-tune the settings on the 5D to really make it into a movie-making machine. And it was really cool that this guy who's got access to big budgets and some of the most expensive equipment in the world, he was just as excited about a camera that I had in my hands. And now he's doing it again, talking about how important the GoPro was for his production of Need for Speed. He didn't care about the small sensor size or the fact that anyone could pick this up at Best Buy. As a matter of fact, he emphasized the fact that anyone could get this at Best Buy and said how important it was for the production of this big movie. He's showing this movie on, big screens all over the world, and he, for some of the shots, used this tiny little consumer camera. Now, he was able to buy like 50 of them and blow them up and stick them on a Ferrari that was doing barrel rolls. But still, it's neat to know that somebody who could have bought whatever camera he wanted still saw the merits of using something small and didn't just say, well, it needs to be expensive to be good. Now, he's still not suggesting that you shoot major motion pictures on your iPhone, but BBC in their journalism school has been doing a video series talking about the importance of using your phone if that's the tool that you have on you when you're out in the field. And I'll put links to all of these websites and videos in the description here. Now, BBC isn't just suggesting that you drop all the big cameras and actual real equipment out of your arsenal, but they are recognizing that the iPhone can be a legitimate and important news-gathering tool. And so it's nice to see these people recognizing that something small and simple can still be important. So back to Boston. The first day we were there, my wife and I did walk around with the 5D, and we took a lot of great photos with it. But for the rest of the week, it was just so cold, it was nice to be able to keep the camera and our hands in our pockets and not have to worry about this big piece of equipment dangling around. Also, it was nice when we went to restaurants, because we're eating out the entire time we're there, and it was nice not to have to find a spot on the table for a big bulky camera when you're trying to sit down for a meal. And also, the phone is nice and low profile when you're trying to do some candid street photography. Oh yeah, and panoramics. I can't believe how amazing the panoramics are with the iPhone. You just stick the phone up, you do that, and you've got a panoramic. And again, I'm not blowing these up huge, so, I'm sure there's imperfections and there's things that, if you used a real camera, you'd be getting much better stuff. But for sitting in the hotel room and saying, wow, that's an amazing sunset, look at all those clouds, bam, panorama. So that's just my opinion on using the right tool for the job and why I used the iPhone for this big vacation I took instead of wandering around with a big camera the whole time. So thanks for watching. Check out the links below because Shane Hurlbut has some great videos and a fantastic blog where he talks about a lot of his behind-the-scenes filmmaking stuff. And check out the BBC stuff because even though a lot of it's common sense, they do have a couple little tips and tricks in there that are important for the phone. And as always, thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel. Go check out my personal channel where I have some fun stuff. And check back every week where I talk about my experiences behind the camera.